Big fan of the Garden Museum in London, and I got to know the director Christopher Woodward through going to events there, and they were planning a series of My Garden stories. And Christopher asked me to be the guinea pig for that. So I put together a written story and my photographs of the garden and how I got into gardening. And that exhibition ran for a while, quite a few years ago. And then the Guardian newspaper saw it and asked me to write an article and provide some photos, which I did. And then the BBC came calling, having read the Guardian article. So that's how it came about. And so part of the story, which has always puzzled me, is why on earth did she decide to stay in England when the family plan had been to go to India?
Yeah.
And after she died, I came across a suitcase of letters where she'd been corresponding with her brothers in India and debating this question about going back to India or staying here. So it's a bit like Paul Scott's Staying On, but in reverse, with my mum deciding to stay in the Pennines rather than the Himalayas. I look at them every day, and I have to say that I really copied those from a garden in Wiltshire, Tanya Compton. The garden's called Spilsbury, and she has a similar wild kind of setup. So I pestered her about how to do it, to make the cubes.
Yeah.
And I look at them every day, and I'm really happy with them. And then I was thinking, well, they do look like dice. And, if you cut diagonally through them, maybe you could do that. I'm too old to do it, because if I get it wrong, I can't.
Be really obsessive.
It's a kind of vine climbing type thing. And the first time I saw it, I thought someone had spilt paint on it, because it has the most extraordinary green leaves. And then the last third of the leaf, the pointy end, is bright pink. It's in the kiwi family. Everyone would stop and say, well, what on earth is that? And who spilled the paint? In India, they have mango parties where people just eat mangoes. Yeah.
Oh my
That
God,
sounds like
my
the
kind
best
of
day
party.
ever. Yes, exactly.
The test of a good mango is whether you lick your elbow after eating them. I met a chap on a train once in India, and as you do, you sort of talk, and it turned out he was a doctor. And I said I'm a lawyer, and then after a while I said, actually, I don't like being a lawyer. I'm making this garden. And he said, oh, that's interesting. He said, actually, I don't like being a doctor. And he said, I've planted 500 mango trees. And it's got long armrests. But the clever thing is the armrests at the end are hinged. And so they swing open. So the armrests end up being about 4 feet long. Yeah. And what you do is you lie back in the armchair and you put your legs on the armrests. So it's not a very elegant position.
That sounds like
so
the sort
comfortable
of chair women have to lie in when they're having an exam. Am I imagining this completely wrong?
It is a bit like that, except your knees are down rather than up. But yes, you're quite right. Any gynecologist listening, it's quite possible you could use it for that.